but there are some that do. So I was at Fairway store, and I just walked in, I had his hand, and I had the umbrella, and I go up to a cart, and I know I've got to close the umbrella, but that requires me letting go of Tristan's hand. And I thought, all right, just 2 seconds, I'm gonna let his hand go, I'm gonna close it real quick and put him in the cart. Let his hand go, and that second, I look over at him, and all of a sudden he's free, and he went, and bam, took off. 2 seconds later, was in the back room of the store. That day I realized if I had been in the parking lot and let his hand go, I hit the street, I would have hit my car. So that's when I, really. A lot of times they'll run, they'll start taking off, and they look back to see how far they got. And she said the thing that was scary about Tristan is he never looks back.
It was about when he was 2 years old that we received a diagnosis of his autism disorder.
Tristan was just hyper. His mind didn't stop, just all over the place all the time.
If something like a flashing light or a fan or something like that caught his eye, he would just instantly be drawn to it and completely lose focus of what was going on at the time.
They came over and came to the kennel for the first time, which has got a lot of activities, a lot of dogs, a lot of things going on, But Tristan came into the building, and we were trying to catch dogs and put them in their kennels as fast as Tristan was opening the doors and letting them out. It was absolute total chaos.
Changes in routine was very, very difficult. Even driving the car a different route.
A lot of our driveway the wrong way instead of the same way. We usually go out the same way every time. We pulled out a different way, we didn't notice it. We started.
He's always been a very loving child, but sometimes he would act inappropriate, like go up and just randomly go hug somebody and not let go and want them to, give him a kiss on his neck.
We felt kind of for the last 3 years, I would say, we kind of felt like prisoners in our own home. We went to his friend's house in Cedar Rapids and we're in their backyard and he keeps running towards the grill that's hot and we left that day going, we can't go out anymore until he calms down.
It started about a year ago when we had a party at our new house and my aunt from California was in town. And she brought her yellow lab, Henry, with her.
First of all, Mason's mom called, and I just got done reading this book. I think it's called Copy and Henry, okay? And it was coincidental because, or ironic, however you want to say it, because she called me on the phone and said, our grandson was just here for the week, we had a relation out from, California or somewhere out west, and they brought their dog, the big yellow lab named Henry. I said, really? That was the dog in the book.
He was just drawn to this dog. He followed the dog around the entire party. He actually just had his hand on the dog's back the whole time, never left its side, rolled around on the ground with it. When we saw Tristan with Henry, the old lab, we really started thinking, wow, maybe this might be something good for him.
We were having a big fundraising event for Tristan, and Scott brought 2 of the retrieving freedom dogs to the event just to show people, what the dogs do and how they help. And instantly, as soon as 2 got out of the car, her and Tristan met, and Tristan was on the ground rolling around, and 2 was just really loving and into Tristan, and oh my gosh, this is amazing. We're taking all these pictures, and then it kind of just started from there.
And you could see instantly that little nudging of 2 coming up to him. And that minute on, Tristan would come over and say, where's 2? Where's 2? And we didn't even know that 2 was going to be Tristan's dog at this point. We were just trying to get involved and figure out which dogs we were going to match with.
After we were matched up with 2 then we began training with Retrieving Freedom. the first thing we worked on was just a tethering process and having Tristan walk with two. And he caught on pretty quick, but we had to teach Tristan that anytime he walked with the dog, he had to hold on to the handle. Because initially when he wore his vest and the vest was tethered to the dog, he just kind of would try to run around, and if he saw something, he'd still might bolt to it. But once he learned that he doesn't go anywhere unless he's holding his handle and he's walking with the dog, he kind of picked on it quick, and it really worked pretty well after that.
He's just helped him focus more. When two is here and just present in the same room, he doesn't have to be sitting right next to two, but just in the room, Tristan's mood just completely calm. So he's able to focus more on whatever task he is doing.
Two will nudge or put her paws up, like up on his lap if he wants to lay with her. Or she'll come up on the couch and lay down. She'll tether with him, so they can go out and walk through a store and they're tethered together, and if Tristan takes off to go running, she'll lay down. Number two, she can help with his social skills, in public places and get people approaching and talking to Tristan.
Before we had two, people would come up in public and ask Tristan questions. They would say, how old are you? What's your name? And maybe 25% of the time they'd answer them. Every time we've been out in public and I've seen someone that I know, and they come up and they say, Tristan, what's your dog's name? He always says, two. They didn't choose my dog. So, and that's 100% of the time. So, it's a small thing, but there definitely has been some more interaction. The very first time that we brought Chew back to the house, it was kind of interesting. Tristan said, I want to show Chew go pee on the potty, because Tristan's in the middle of potty training right now. And we've been working on that for well over a year and really haven't got very far with it. And he doesn't do it all the time, but I think just that first time they did it kind of sparked something, and we're getting very close to having Tristan potty trained. He's in his regular big boy underwear all the time and hasn't had an accident in weeks. And I don't know if two was a part of that, maybe it was a coincidence, but the fact that he said that first time she came home, I thought was pretty interesting.
This doesn't make sense. It's just a sense of relief.
This dog knows when people are stressed. They're just there for the child.
It's almost uncomprehendable of his development since bringing two into the household. I think Tristan's transition through this whole thing has been the ability to go to new places and realize that tomorrow he gets to come back. It's that building process of, I get to go out of the house now, I get to go to Walmart, I get to go to the dentist, I get to go to fun places, I go there with two, and tomorrow we're going to do it all over again.
He's a different child, completely different. He's not all over the place like he was before. He is calmer, even when the dog's not at home, but you definitely notice much more of the difference when she is.
Two has allowed him to live, to go places, to do things, and that has calmed him down to the point where we can't even explain. It's just that unreal part of a dog.
We're able to go and do things together, and Tristan's able to interact with more people, and Jake's able to go out and interact with more people, and it's an unexplainable thing to feel his safety, and us to just have this calm.
The first trip that we took to Walmart was such an incredible experience. I was shaking when we got Tristan two out of the car, because I don't think he had been to Walmart when he wasn't in a cart since he had been able to walk. Because the one time that we tried it years and years ago, he got loose, and in a blink of an eye, he was halfway down the aisle, ripping things off the shelves and just running and grabbing things out of people's carts. So when he was outside of the car in the parking lot and not connected to me and wasn't holding on to him, my heart was going 1,000 miles an hour. But it was amazing. He just held his hand up, walked right in, walked down the aisles. We did about 4 or 5 laps around Walmart, and he was fine the whole time.
It just builds like Lincoln logs or building blocks. is when you start getting to go to Walmart or go to Shields or go somewhere where you're feeling comfortable going in there, well, then the next step, you might get to go to a basketball game, you know, where it's a crowd and it's a band and it's louder and, you know, it's not just walking down an aisle with a few customers. It's similar to chaos, right?
I hope, you know, to help him socially, you know, interact with others, you know, that's our main thing. We want him to be able to, you know, have friends and, you know, common interest, dogs is a common interest, you know, lots of people love dogs, so I just want him to be accepted and to be, you know, people to appreciate him. So, that's all I can do for us, be accepted.
I would definitely like to say thanks to the Hewitt family. You know, they've been an exceptional group to start with on one of our first placements with a child with autism. All of it is a constant learning curve, and the Hewitt family has been a great classic example of how, you know,